Hello, 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 and today we've got Captain Dirt McGrit in his Hornet with teammates Repulse, Edinburgh, Atlanta, Akatsuki, a Grom, and a Farragut on defense, well, killer well, basically. And Hornet, you guys might all remember my Hornet review. I only had a temporary Hornet, and I really enjoyed the Hornet. So I honestly gave Hornet a very glowing review. I thought it was Enterprise 2.0. I felt like
the onshore installation.
Awaiting instructions.
Tactical B-25s were really great. They hit hard. They did a great job. I thought the torpedo bombers were pretty decent for PvE. Average and mediocre for random, same with the bombers. But overall, I thought it was a good carrier. Now he is doing something a little bit more unorthodox. He's going for the cruiser, which I don't disagree with him. I don't. I think if you're more than capable of doing it, go for it. If you don't feel comfortable going for the southern ships like the Gate and the Baron right off the bat, don't worry about it. We do have to hold it against you sometimes. But Hornet is kind of a iffy kind because it doesn't have that super tanky ability. Its dive bombers are really RNG based. Its torch bombers are really one of its bread and butter damage dealers all around, besides its big bombers. And he does manage to kill it. Now with the decreased health from the tier 6, the tier 7, the tier 6, and the tier 7, the 2 tier 6/8s, he's able to kill it real quickly. Now he can go for the Baron if he really wants to, or the Gate. But another thing is that proper plane management in Hornet is a must, because you can see that there isn't a huge amount of reserves. So every plane you lose, it's gonna hurt. So he does need to keep that in mind.
Fighter airborne.
It looks like he is going to go for the DD though. He aimed it up really good. Let's see if he hits though. If he hits it, I'm going to congratulate him. If he doesn't, I can't really hold it against him. Those might be a little slow, maybe 1 or 2. 2, he got 2 of them. That's still a good achievement. That still works. That's still half health. And then comes back over and does a sub-second drop. Might give maybe 1 or 2 on that. It might, since it's driving in, it's going to negate the army. But he still manages to get 3 and a flood. Now let's see if he can get those big boys in. If he can get the big boys in, that he could probably get the kill right here. They're slow, but damn, these things tanky. That's for sure.
Engaging enemy.
Looks like a good drop. 1 fire, nice 10,000 damage. Doesn't get the kill, unfortunately. DD misses 1 set. And, yep, Grom got it. But 53,000 damage. That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Engaging enemy.
Plus you have to take into account the 6,000 you got from the DD, which does amplify his damage though. It's gonna be I think they might get this kill before the corpse hit. It's gonna be close. And his torps still get it. Honestly, I thought the Atlanta would get that. But he did a really good job on this. I gotta give him that, because he didn't trigger the Baron in the port, Fuda. And the reason I say that is because when you trigger Fuda and the other Baron together, it can be very difficult. It was different on tier 6 ops, because it was a tier 3 battleship and a tier 5, I think? Maybe it was 4. But it was a lot lower, so it was easily doable. But now you're dealing with 2 battleships that have 15-inch guns. These doing a nice job dodging the flak. Really beautiful job. Might lose one plane, but he is going to get a nice drop off. And I think he's going to lose one. Yep, he lost one, but he got all 4 torps off. 4 torps, really good amount of damage, but no floods, unfortunately. That is unfortunate. Now, I honestly don't blame him for dropping. This is how you really want to play Hornet. He hasn't used his bombers, though. Remember, but those bombers will come in handy on the Fusils, because they will pin that deck armor. So, he is probably saving them for that. Even though, yeah, they could do a lot of damage to guys now, but they do have a really wonky drop part that really causes them to rip it. So honestly, saving them until a Fusil would be better. Now we've got 2 minutes. So he's gonna have, so the bombers should recharge roughly into the second reinforcement wave to around the first, but it really doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, it would be nice to have him on the Fuso, but he can make do without having. He still has a full squad of torp bombers. Really nice damage there. Atlanta, I hope you know what you're doing. I think Atlanta might get it. Atlanta gets it.
Enemy reinforcement approaching.
He's already swinging his planes north. So, great job on that. Excellent job. I think Mr. Volram will be very proud of you. I think he would. I think he would call you a very good CV player. Because, you know, he and I, Volram and I are very critical of, shall we say, bad CV players. So, I can tell a good CV player immediately on Killer Well just by the way he plays planes. I usually judge that on if he goes for the Baron and the Gang first, but since he was able to do a decent amount of damage on both, because Hornet has a very versatile strike, not, by far, it's not a weak ship at all. It's a very strong ship. It just requires a little bit more of a brain because you know, the squadrons are pretty squishy. They're definitely not like the Enterprise, that's for sure. A little bit farther in than I would have wanted, but let's see. 1, 2, 3. 3 torps. Still pretty good though, no flood. Crossed 100,000. Yeah, I would honestly go send another strike after it, honestly, because yeah, the team could finish it off theoretically, but the fact that a lot of the ships are down south and are going out towards the evac point, he's the only thing stopping. So it's kind of like, yeah, just spot it and help the Atlanta or the cruisers can help shoot it. That's pretty much what I would mainly recommend. But looks like the Repulse gets a good shot and manages to pick it up. So good job, Repulse. Oh, and the Repulse is not fully going out. He knows there's a battleship there, it looks like, so he isn't committing fully. So good job on him. I don't know if, I think that's either, I can't tell if he's telling his team to do that, or if he's telling, oh, I think he is telling his team to do that. Yeah, 2 DDs going north would easily take care of that bear. If he can get 1 or 2 torps on this T-22, it's going to be great XP for him, but it would probably kill the Jeep. Kill it. Looks like a very good lead. Looks like he's gonna go. Well, he does get the 2 torps on it and picks up the kill.
We've sunk an enemy destroyer.
So that was a good drop. That was a very good drop.
Reconnaissance reporting. The second
Baron is spawning, so there is that. But I'm not really worried. His big boys are up. He can switch and pivot his planes to that side if he really needs to. He's in a very good spot. I think those will hit. I think they will. Yep. Oh, yeah, that's a dead DD. Nice. That was a beautiful drop.
Enemy destroyer
That's
sunk.
the sign of of a good CV player, is the ability to torp DDs. If you can torp DDs in the CV, you're honestly light years ahead of a lot of other CV players. And that even counts in randoms. If you can do that in randoms, that even make your skyrocket to the top. Now, the good news is the Akatsuki's going on. Between the two guys, I think they'll easily get it. I'm not really worried about the Baron crossing. That's to be honest. I'm not really worried at all. I'm more slightly concerned about what's going to happen out on the other reinforcement side. When Mr. Cap McDirt here goes after it, I'm not really worried. But the rest of the team I am slightly worried. And we do just lose Atlanta. That is unfortunate. Decent little bomb drop. About 20,000. Now he literally has to go after the Nuremberg.
Requesting support.
Because he's getting farmed. But Fuso is going to go down. I honestly don't blame him for trying to drop a strike on here. It would honestly be better because the Nuremberg might pop his fighter, and it would be better to lose a little bit of planes. He still picks it up though.
Enemy battleship destroyed.
Approaching target.
I don't really know what's going on in the north. I look at the Akatsuki, he might get it. I don't know. He hasn't been that lucky on the RNG. Yep, there is the fighter from the Nuremberg. So, yeah, dropping that. Oh, that's a beautiful spread. That is beautiful. That's going to be nice for torp. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. Oh, nice job, Grump, for smoking him up. That was a great Commander. Well, that was good. That was a good hit. That was good teamwork right there. And the Akatsuki kills the Baron. At this point, it's rough. I would say a 5 stars is basically guaranteed. This is thank you for the smoke. Yes, that's good team play. Very well, good team play. He's at about 150,000. That's not bad for CV. That's actually about average for CV. But he's been hitting a lot of DDs. Remember that. So he may have a little, not as much as normal players would, or good ones like Moron would. But he has a lot of DD damage, and that's gonna really come back. And that's going to come back and really impact the score at the end. Now, we did see right there, you're welcome, Hornet. We need you alive, and I can think and breathe at the same time. And I honestly agree with him, the Grom. Because if the Hornet stays alive, that makes it a lot easier on the DDs. It means less damage for the DDs. Or actually, no, that was a Farragut. Good job, Farragut. Now the good strike, that's a nice 3 torps. He should pick up the kill. I don't think the Edinburgh is going to have Yep, nope, he should pick that up. I think. Let's see. And, yep, he does pick it up. So that's a full DD help for him. That's another good amount of damage. And, yeah, but no, yeah, see, if the Farragut drops in that smoke, that makes the Farragut a little bit easier on him. So, it makes sense. Kill Fuso and get out of here. Basically, that's it. I mean, you might as well stay for the AO. I mean, kill those two. You can farm down the north if you really want to, but you don't have to stay if you don't want to. That's just a gift. The fighter might lock on, but I have a feeling the bombers are going to drop before it even gets the fighter on. Even if they do, the health pool is so massive, it'll take a while. Like, see, he drops them, but the fighter does lock on. That is a wonderful 17K, though. That was a beautiful 17K. He is getting very unfortunate with the fires, though. He has not had a lot of fire damage. And he has not used his dive bombers. I think he knows that the dive bombers are very wonky. When they work great. But he's doing a very great job of cycling through those torpedo bombers, keeping those guys alive. He has not lost a lot of planes on those. He still had a full wing. And for the last 15 minutes. That's really good. That's proper plane management. Kind of worried about that Nuremberg, though. Okay. Did that get a permanent sled? Yeah, that did get a permanent sled on it.
Reconnaissance reporting.
I think they may lose the Inner Haven.
Colony is approaching.
No, nope, he got the cruiser. That buys him a little bit more time. He does pick up that and natural selection. So, good job on that part.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
Hopefully they can kill that Baron. I would honestly go after the Baron personally, because that is a key target. I am worried about the Baron crossing the line. I am worried about that.
Enemy cruiser sunk.
I think it's going to cross before they cross, so it's going to be 4 stars more than likely. Yeah, it goes dark. That means both DDs are in smoke. Nothing spotting it. Yep, 4 stars, but that's unfortunate. It's not the end of the world. Considering that Do Not Enter Haven usually gets lost anyway, but I will say, the interesting fact that it happened from the Baron coming down from the north is actually really entertaining to see that actually lose that star. But they did a really good job of keeping it for the time they had. Like, they don't have a lot of DPM. Like, losing that Atlanta did hurt them on the DPM side. Edinburgh is great, but those armor-piercing shells will ricochet everywhere. So, and Edinburgh looks like it's going spawn camping. Nice 10K right there. That was beautiful. That wasn't even a good strike, but they should, end right here. Which is honestly interesting because a few more seconds and the second wave would have actually spawned. So let's look at the end and see what we end up. Alright, a major contribution in Killer Well on a CV. That's actually very tough to do. So great job on the major contribution. Assistant and natural selection, but great job on the major contribution. 218K. It's on the low side, but the major contribution really props that up. 9 kills, 43 torp hits. That's a lot of torps. Decent amount, a little bit of free XP, a little bit of ship XP, and about 500,000 in credits. Let's look at the team score. Top of the team with roughly 1,600, 9 kills. That DD damage really shot him up to the top, that's for sure. Plus the fact that he got all those kills. So, really good job there. Really good job. Let's look at the damage. Yeah, as we can tell, it was a lot of DD damage right there. That DD damage really helped him right there, killing those 3 DDs. But it is unfortunate that he had very little in terms of fire damage at all, because when you look at it, it's only about 1,900. That's very low, honestly. I honestly expected more on the fire damage. He was very unlucky with the RNG base. Still made 400,000 credits. Let's see, was he running any modifiers? No, it does not look like he was running any modifiers. So, if he had gone with maybe a gray booster or green booster, that would have been probably 500,000 right there. So, but a really good game from Mr. McDirk. So, really good game. Thank you for sending that one in. I know in the Discord he was like, he didn't know if I would post it, but, Rokatsuku was like, he's done it before. And he's right, I have done it before. And I think this was a very good game. A very great display of Hornet. A very great display. Would have loved to have seen some of the little SBDs go off, but that's the only critique I would have said.